Today we're gonna run a full marathon. This is a very significant milestone in my plan. I know there's gonna be mental warfare. I know there's gonna be suffering. I'm gonna be in the trenches. The few people I've told that I'm doing this have told me there's certain milestones you hit where your mind, you just gonna give up. So in my sick little twisted mind, I'm kind of excited for it. So yeah, I'm gonna check back in on the other side. I don't wanna chat too much. Just approaching mile 5 now. I'm not gonna record every mile because I wanna get into the flow of it. I'm not particularly fond of even having this with me. I feel kind of restricted, like the harness is around my body, not extra tight, but tight enough to where I can feel it. But it's all good. I'll probably check back in around about mile 10, but I do my assessments. My legs are okay, my knees jarring a bit, my ankle hurts, and my calf, but it is what it is, man. We can't wait for the stars to align. Perfect conditions, perfect health before we do anything. I don't know what mile I'm at, I'm not even gonna look. I just wanted to get some of this footage. Sun's just peeking out. Look at that. This is views, man. You don't get to see this often. Sat in our yard. This shit's good for your soul, man. Trust me on that. We are 12.1 miles in. So, around about halfway. I kind of messed up. I'm kind of doing my route on the fly, which is never a good idea, but it's keeping it interesting. Concerning thing is, I'm the furthest distance away from where I stashed my water bottle. But it's all good, man. It'll just make victory that bit sweeter. The marathon has been completed. At the expense of my legs. I had to sit down for 5 minutes before I picked up the camera, but those last couple miles were just hell on earth. But we did it. What a milestone. I can't even talk at the minute. I don't know what to say. But anyways, I'm delirious. I'm all over the gaff. I didn't even have one sip of water during that whole 26-mile stint. All right, my guys. One day removed from the marathon, and I just thought to myself, how sick would it be if you could manage to get in a ring workout the day after? I really wanted to do it on the day, just to prove, man, a real life savage. But we just got to do rings, compound movements, dips, pull-ups, leg raises, rows, push-ups. You know the vibes by now. Five sets of 5, full extension, full squeeze at the top, full stretch at the bottom, with a 10-kilogram vest on, courtesy of Moduflex Custom Rigs. Go buy one if you want to get involved. I noticed after, when I was like 20 miles in yesterday, my abdominals was just tight as hell, like proper burning. And when I tensed them, it felt like I'd done like a workout, but anyhow, we're still gonna get after it, man. Now we're gonna do the dips. 5 sets of 5 with a 10-kilo vest. You know the vibes. All right, one day removed from the big bad marathon. I just finished doing a workout on the rings. Say my legs are all right, like muscle wise, like my calves, my quads, my hamstrings are all tip-top condition, which is surprising. I thought my calf at least would have given me a bit of grief, but nah, it's my joints that's hurting, my knees, my ankle, which is not a surprise because this used to be my right calf that gave me the grief. But now I'm up and active, I feel alright, I'm not limping no more. So, but anyways, I want to just relive the run, really. My first couple miles was up and down this stretch here, and I started off strong. I know I didn't want to come out the gates flying. I think I was at 8 minutes 30. I just thought I could run that pace all forever. Boy, I was wrong. 2 miles round the downs. By the time I got to the bottom of the Portway, I was about 4 miles deep. Then I seen somebody running across the other side of the River Avon, and I thought, I want a bit of that. I didn't know it was a 5 mile stretch until I reached the other side of it, and I ended up in Peel. So I just ran back to our King. As I got to the end of that walking path, I was 16.9 miles. I remember it vividly because that's where the hell began. After 18 miles, I was in unknown territory anyway. So I knew I was expecting some kind of pain and suffering, but I did not expect it to be as torturous as that. I said in my Instagram post, compare it to like your phone being on 1%, but it somehow manages to hang on for the next hour. That's what I felt like, because I thought it's only 8 more miles. And I was trying to break down every mile, trying to come up with every game I can to make the time seem like it's going faster. So I'd think, right, 8 miles, only 2 miles 4 times. It's only 4 miles twice, you know what I mean? But the whole way, for the last 8 miles, I wanted to quit the whole way. Every step was an effort, and I've never experienced this before, but I had to make a conscious effort to push off of my legs, which I've never done before. If you would have ran past me, you would have heard me going push, push. I had to push off my legs. And it's easy for me to say this, and it's easy for you to listen and think to yourself, why would you quit when you would come so far? Trust me, from 18 all the way to 26, I was just rehearsing my speech, what I'm going to tell people, why I failed. I was going to say, oh, you could just say you rolled your ankle and you literally couldn't do no more. You know, this is all stuff your mind's telling you. When they tell you you're building mental toughness, this is what it means. Because this is all stuff I was saying. I was convincing myself I had proper hurt my ankle, like I've broke it, I've stress fractured it, or when it wasn't that at all. My mind was just trying to use whatever ammo it had to make me stop the race. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a few times I stopped in the last few miles, but for no longer than 30 seconds, just to stretch my legs, because I realized I stopped once and had a little stretch, and I felt rejuvenated after. So I stretched my hamstring, stretched my quads, and got the move in. But those last 2 miles was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But yeah, I'm so happy. Like I said, it's a huge milestone, mentally and physically, for where I'm trying to get to on this journey. You know, it's a big marker on the board, and it was on my list. And you know what, more so I want to say is how I've recovered and how I've dealt with it, because every achievement I've previously accomplished, I've always celebrated with a couple drinks, which turns into more drinks, which turns into everything else that comes with drinking. And I'd give myself a nasty hangover, and by the time that hangover's gone, the buzz from what I've done is gone as well. So I've never really basked in the glory, which I am currently doing, and it feels good. And let me tell you something, I've never felt better. I'm fit, I'm sharp, I'm agile. I know this sore ankle and these sore knees, they're not long term. It's just I put my body in a place it's never been before, and it has to just get accustomed to these distances, because 26 miles ain't nothing for what